So only 5 coaches are left after a massive cut been done by the Jamaica Football Federation. Big cut from 40 to 5. Welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much for joining again. Hopefully you guys are doing good and everything is okay. So I saw an article in the Gleaner this morning. Big up yourself, Livington Scott. Big up yourself, Livy. Massive respect. You know, Livy always I give you some very insightful news. Whenever I'm touching, you know, me always look for Livy things them. Like I don't know, say probably I should work together. But big up yourself, Livy, all the time. Anyways, people, interesting talking point here. The JFF to cut the list of 40 candidates for Reggae Boyz head coach down to 5. 40 candidates, people. 40. Nah, I lie, that's a lot, you know. That's a lot. Hit the like button, hit subscribe button. I'll jump straight into the article. Chairman of the Jamaica Football Federation Technical Committee, Rudolph Speid, says his body will reduce more than 40 candidates being reviewed for the vacant Reggae Boyz head coach post to a shortlist of 5 today. Speid has also recommitted to the JFF's initial estimation of having a new coach in place by early August, which is less than 2 weeks from now. Be quite interesting. The Reggae Boyz head coach job was left open after Icelandic coach Himir Hall Grimson resigned a few weeks ago following a disappointing Copa America tournament. However, Speid revealed that more than 40 persons are being considered. Some applicants, others recommended, and some considered directly by the JFF. Wonder who JFF consider. Anyways, the candidates include coaches locally, also coaches from South America and North America, the Caribbean, Europe, and also from Australia. Caribbean, probably 1 or 2 persons in the region that say, yo, I want a Jamaican job as well. We know so that they wanted to look in the South American region. We also know that North America is quite, they're looking at what's going on here. Beralta. Hey, yeah, forget that. Europe, which I do know that, you know, you have coaches in England and these places who would see the job as an interesting take. And as far as Australia, I never know of that one. Let's continue. We have about 40 persons. The majority of them have applied, Speid told the Gleaner yesterday. Some we have headhunted and some were recommended. We have compiled the list and we're going through and doing our researches. So we have a set of people going through the list and we'll come down to a short list of about 5. So by tomorrow, Monday, we should be down to 5. But it could also be 6 depending on if we see real quality out there. You know, an interesting point for me is, I'm going to touch on it a little bit later in the video, at the end of the video, is the criteria for the coaching job. I'm going to touch on that at the end of the video. I do apologize for it because we need to get this out of the way, but more also discuss the criteria for the job. And the shortlist of candidates will be vetted and the interview process set to commence this week as well. The shortlist will then be submitted to the board in order of preference, but ultimately the board will have the final say. Speid also pointed out that economics and other factors could play an important role in the final selection. No matter what we do, there is one thing that can make the deal or not, and that is economics. So we look at the people that we can afford and what they can bring to the table. Also, if they want to carry all of their staff to work with some local staff to make the football beneficial to the Jamaica Football Federation. So even though we want to get the best coach, those things are in consideration before our final decision. Let's continue. But we are still looking at coach with ability first, a coach who is tried and proven, a coach that can work at the international level. So these are all the criteria. According to Speid, it's important for the person to come with an intention of being hands-on. The person must also have a willingness to look at the next crop of players for 2020 World Cup and must have a willingness to help our local coaches develop. Those 3 things are very important to us, but his #1 job is qualification for the World Cup. Technical committee chairman is confident that the resignation of Al Grimson will not derail the team's qualification chances and that they will remain firmly on course for 2026. He also pointed out that the new coach will not have to start all over, as Al Grimson was true to his word when he said he left behind information on all the players under his watch during his tenure. We have had experience where we have taken too long to make the changes, but we have a few years before the next World Cup game. We have a year before the next World Cup game. And have you ever heard about the new coach syndrome? It's real. So I don't think so that the qualification is in jeopardy. I think we have enough time. We continued. The coach also left us his document with all the players he was talking to, all the players he was hoping to get, both young and senior players and players on the fringes. So he left a document with those players with notes and consideration. Probably should have gotten those players as well. Depends on paperwork and so the coach coming in will not have to start from scratch. He will not have to start all over. And with modern technology like White Scout and other platforms, he can have a good assessment of how the team plays and what it does and what the players have to do with their abilities. So the coach will not start in the dark. After a few days studies, he will have a very good idea of what is required to develop the Jamaica team to qualify for the World Cup. Now, I did initially say that criteria for the coaching job, and they list it. I'm bringing that back. I forget it already. Oh, willing to work with local coaches, also develop local coaches, and a squad willing to put a crop together of players for the 2020 World Cup. So that's a good insight. Actually, basically them looking not just at 2026, but also what 2030 has to offer. And they're looking also at coaching abilities, a tried and proven coach at the international level. That is very, very important. And they did say that at the end of the day, his primary job is to qualify the team for the 2026 World Cup. Now, it's quite important, as rightly so they have listed the criteria, and those are actually some good criteria. One, economics. They did mention economics, if affordability, which is very important. And since we find out how much money Al Grimson depend, boy, I must say, boy, what could I do with that money there? Anyways, affordability, which falls under the economics of things. A squad towards 2030 World Cup as well, not just 2026. Willingness to work with local coaches. I do think a lot of persons are going to make nice about that. And for me, I have no issues with that. Even look at Al Grimson. When Al Grimson went into the Ireland job, the Ireland FA stipulated that he would have to work with the local Ireland coaches as well. So it's a worldwide thing. That's just mandatory. Just go and check it anyway, see it. But at the end of the day, these are not bad criteria in selecting a coach, and most importantly, in my view, which is a coach that has the ability to operate at the international level or have experience at the international level. That for me is very, very important, because we want someone now who's going to come and realize the situation at hand and can make an assessment. 5 coaches. Yesterday, I try to cut it today to 5, and throughout the week as a possible 6. Throughout the week, they will see how that one materialize, hopefully. A little birdie can whisper something to me, hopefully, we don't know. But very, very interesting one. I did not know that so much coaches actually try to get the job. I honestly didn't know. Most persons are going to say, boy, probably not the top coaches them. And I won't say no. Because even when Al Grimson came in, no one was expecting Al Grimson to come in. So we don't know. Despite everything, the people, the Jamaican Reggae Boyz job, head coach of Reggae Boyz is actually in some sense a lucrative job, people. People might not agree, but it's an opportunity for any coach to make a name for themselves. Or even so, if a coach already have a big name coach, it's an opportunity for him to also say, this is what I can do. Adding to them CV that they qualified at a nation to the World Cup that has only been there once. It's a huge thing, people. People might not look upon it the way they look upon Argentina lifting the Copa America title. Do you know that the coach right now, World Cup, Copa America, 2 Copa America and a World Cup, and what else in the win? I don't remember. What that coach CV heavy now, heavy. But I say go. Even if we can't even qualify for World Cup and go in a World Cup, go put on a good show for ourselves, that's quite interesting. We have Nations League as well. So even if you can partake in a Nations League and do well in the Nations League. Now, the question is, will we see a South American coach basically? Because that has what been touted for a long time period now. That's when the information be spreading for a long time now, that they're really, really looking at a South American coach. That's the interesting one. Anyways, people, tell us what you think in the comment section. Massive, massive respect, people. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Link in the comment section. If you can buy us a coffee, we'd really appreciate it. If not, that's totally fine. Best way to support us is by hitting that like button. And I'll see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV. God bless. We're out. Boom. Enjoy the rest of the day, people. Now,